Hey YouTube, please don't unsubscribe. This might not be a good idea, but I've just done a 6-part video called Grand Day Oot. It's a little bit choppy, to especially see these bits where I'm talking to the camera like I am just now. This is at the end. I've actually put it all together, and I now know that it is 2 hours 27 minutes of stuff, which is getting on to Lord of the Rings length. So 6 parts, roughly divided up into, basically it was a day a couple of weeks ago that I just never bothered editing. I just took the GoPro and I used my phone. I went, first episode's me talking in the car what I'm going to do, and then talking about Baby Metal, which I hadn't been to yet. So it was 2 weeks ago before I went to see Baby Metal, talking about the new album and stuff. So you need to watch that bit if you're not interested in, you don't need to watch that one. The part 1. This one, part 2, I have gone and picked up Scott. I'm going to see my pal Taylor down at Taylor Made Music. He's got a wee studio in Kilmarnock, which the name of it escapes me just now, but we'll mention it at the start of the video, I'm pretty sure, or I'll put it in the description, or Taylor will comment and go, how can you not remember the name of my studio? And I'll pin it to the top of the comments. That's episode 2. Episode 3, I think we're still at Taylor's. We were there for quite a long time, just talking. I think he shows that if he must show off about half a dozen guitars, and we're just talking away. The audio's sometimes a little bit ropey. It's still listenable to, sort of, because basically get the GoPro's on my head, so you can hear me talk. Taylor's shouting at me, so you can hear that, and Scott's just playing a guitar as loud as he can beside it, so we're shouting over the guitar. I think episode 3 was also still at Taylor's. Episode 4 we're still at Taylor's. I kind of tried to put out hour-long videos. We were there for ages, and then I went to see Neon Tetrahedron, another one of the Steam team, to drop off the Gibson Marauder, or the Avon Marauder. So I was round there. Didn't tell him I had the camera, I was going to film it or anything like that, so I just turned up the door with Scott and the camera on, stuck to my forehead. But both brilliant guys. So I think episode 4, 5. So 1, talking in the car. 2, 3 and 4 down at Taylor's studio. 5 at Andy Neon Tetrahedron's house. 6 going to Troon Fish and Chip Shop, the one that's on the harbour, which Scott claimed is the best, the greatest fish and chip shop in the world. Which I have no idea what it is I say on these bits between things. So I've done it all, put intro bits back in again, and then now I've put the intro at the start of this one new after having seen what it's all there. So I've no idea how I'm going to chop it up, or I've already put in all these wee gaps. I don't know how the best way. Can I just grab this amount and upload it as one video, then grab this amount? I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll work it out. So this will not be I might put one of these out every lunchtime, or I might put out 3 episodes one lunchtime and 3 the next time, or something. Please don't unsubscribe. You don't need to watch them. It's one of those ones where I don't really know whether it's something people will find interesting. It's kind of, I suppose, a wee bit like a reality show or something like that, but it's not staged. I have no idea what I'm doing just now, so obviously I had no idea what I was doing at the time. You know, it's like, I've just managed to fix. Oh, sorry, it was off. Nah, I could just. I think in one of the videos I'm complaining about my wee super grey telephone lead was dying. It died at some point, and I've replaced one of the ends on it, and still there's a crackle in it, so it's just going in a bit. But the one for this bass is this wee tiny lead. That's about the right length. The only problem with that is though it's like, you can't really sit it on the ground because it's only that far away. But just prepping for download when I shall perform on the main stage with Metallica using this. I don't even know how you play any Metallica at all. So, if you want to take on the challenge, go for it, and maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe, I think if I mentioned in one of the other bits, is we probably see if you're ill or COVID, or you want the day to last longer. You're trying to milk something, you know. It's like I'm sure it'll make the day seem much longer sitting watching me talk. Well, I suppose I'm not really in the video that much because the GoPro's generally mounted on my head, so it's not just me. I have to take all the blame, really, because I'm the one that decided to film it, and I'm the one that decided it was worthy of putting out public. So it is my fault. really, I was going to say I should be able to share some of the blame with Scott and Taylor and Andy, but it's not really their fault. They didn't. There's nothing they could do about it. They don't have any say. I mean, if they're really upset about it, obviously I won't put the video out. I'll plug it out, but I don't think that's the problem now. So I'm just watching it just now, just making sure there's not any extreme violence or anything in it. Not that there was anything like that. I just double checking it. It's just like one of those things that if I don't watch it, I said what when it makes me sound like a mad racist or a Nazi or something, but just if you take it out of context. So I just need to make sure that I'm not I don't see anything really, really, really offensive. I didn't see anything offensive, but it could be one of those ones, when you take a wee snippet out, someone go up here, look at this guy, and it's a bit where I'm just going better, and it's like, you could take a chunk out. It's totally unedited, apart from the fact that I had to edit it to the extent of stitching all the GoPro videos together, and then putting in the phone ones as well, and then putting in these wee intro bits. So unedited raw footage with a little bit of an intro. Might be fun. Rock on, and thanks for not unsubscribing. If you want to subscribe and like that, would be awesome. But I don't think you're going to do it on the power of this video. This series of 6 Lord of the Rings-esque epic Grand Day Oot, which I thought of now, which I'm going to call this video because it was all in one day. Even at the end of the video, it's not the whole day because at the end I was back up to Scott's house and we played. Because it's got electrics till 5 in the morning, which I've not put in it. That'll be another video. So, get that bucky, tan a quarter of it, and then press play. Or unpause it that you've just paused it now. Rock on. Thanks. Hey YouTube! It's a nice day today. It's a bit of change and nice. Hopefully the sound's a wee bit better. I've actually worked out how to attach the GoPro to the CAD dashboard a little bit better. So, I've still not edited that camping thing. I don't know what to do. It's become overwhelming. I had a great idea. Like normally, I'm shit at editing, doing any sort of organising things. So I was kind of, I've actually put them all into one folder. But there's just so many goddamn videos. I was just turning the camera on like a lunatic whenever I saw anything. So I mean, you've seen the first episode probably. It's only 25 minutes, half an hour long. The other ones will be much longer because that was the first day. We didn't leave my house till something 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something. So I don't really know what to do with them. I keep feeling I don't really want to put them out as main videos unless I did a bit better. So it might be lunchtime numbers or something like that, or midnight or something. Mind you, today's Friday, isn't it? So maybe a Saturday evening. Getting pissed might be good. Yeah. So currently I'm listening to Baby Metal. Their new album, which I was quite down on before I actually bought it. Well, I was down on it a little bit more after I bought it and realised it had a pressing flaw in it. It looks like someone's crushed the edge of the record with like pliers or something like that. So the first song on either side's got a running through it for the first minute, which is really annoying. But they did. I complained about it and they sent me another one, so I've now got 2. If anyone wants to buy a special limited edition half white, half black vinyl that's got a scratch in it on the first side for cheap, actually tempting to sell the one I've not even opened yet because the scratch isn't that bad. It just put me off. But now listening to the album in full, it makes more sense. They just did a strange choice of songs to release. They kind of released a few, I say singles, digital, basically YouTube, not even videos, sort of previews, and the songs he chose were kind of not that mental. They didn't have a Papaya on it this time, or that wasn't the single. They didn't have a single like that. But when you actually listen to the album, it makes sense. There's a lot of light and shade in it. It's just for some reason they put out the light songs as opposed to the heavy songs. It's great, and I bought a ticket to go and see them on Tuesday night. Which I'm going to try and get some money back off. It's like, usually I kind of expected it. It tells you, quite luckily it doesn't tell you the price X booking fee now as the first one. Normally, you just like, oh, it's £40, that's fine, and it's like, oh no, it's actually £48.50 because it's a booking fee. It now tells you it's £48.50 including booking fee. So I like that. I went for a different ticket company, C Tickets, as opposed to Ticket Bastards, because I just don't like Ticket Bastards. So I got that, and I just bought this last week, and it's like, how do you want it posted out? Do you want recorded delivery for £7.50 or standard delivery for £4 or something such, but for standard delivery? And then I got an email yesterday saying, yes, you can just pick up the ticket up at the door. Right, okay, I'm going anyway, you know what I mean? And I will be there early because something in the front, and I'm going to have to go home, I think, which is fine, fair enough for baby metal. They're too much for a lot of people. I want a £4 ticket. I want my postage money back because they never sent it. Because different, it was baby metal getting the money, they're getting sod off. It's whatever. The ticket company's going, oh look, they've got this great idea. I mean, imagine you do that with 10 people, 40 quid, 100 people, 400 quid, 1,000 people, 40, it's like, yeah, just money. No, I want my £4 back. Whether I get it or not, that'll buy me like a third of a pint in the place. Not that I'll be drinking. And I haven't yet decided whether I'm going to. I'll probably just end that. I don't know. See, I could drive in. I see Baby Metal sober. Would that be the first time I've seen them sober? Would be. Last time I saw them at the Hydro in Glasgow was supporting the Chili Peppers. And they were £80 a ticket. I didn't even stay for the Chili Peppers. They weren't. I don't like them. I do like them, but they didn't have Frusciante on guitar. Another dude who, instead of playing any of the actual guitar parts, just kind of went like that. So it was like, but which is fine for songs that do that. That's all right. But not for the song. Quite a lot of the Chili Peppers hits are kind of like, the guitar line goes. That's a vital part of the song, as opposed to being not really. It was missing because it didn't have the bass lines weren't very good either, because Flea, instead of having to work with he had to play that as well as play his bass line, and it became just I didn't enjoy them. But saying that, I had tanked a whole bottle of Bucky before I went in, and Baby Metal were awesome. If anything, I was too close. This is actually the time I actually in the original lineup, Yui and Mickey on guitar. Died. Unfortunately, fell off an observation platform when he was stargazing. Shit. Lovely looking wee guy. He was always smiling, and it's just like, I don't know, one of those things that, it's cool to not smile and look evil when you're playing the guitar, but some folk just have a smiley face, and he did. Fantastic guitarist. And I will say Yui is live, but now we're going, actually the first time we're going to go and see them again, where there's 3 metal girls, because Momoko, who I saw at the Barras just before lockdown, was one of they had a thing called the Avengers. When one of the girls left, they kind of tried to replace her with, I think there was one point they had like 8 other Japanese girl dancers, screamers, for a couple of gigs. I've seen the videos of them, a bit mental. And then they had 2 girls that were called the Muscle Metal, who were gorgeous. I didn't feel creepy about it because they were in their 30s, so that's their fair game to ogle. Saw them at Download, and then I went to see them at what they did after that. The three one singer and 2 dancer things worked too well, so they had a group called the Avengers. So they had like 1 extra girl, and one of them only played in Japan. And then when I went to see them in London and at Glastonbury as well, they had a girl called Riho, R-I-H-O, whatever that is, as the 3rd girl. And then when I went to see them in the Barras, they had Momoko, who was, I don't know, just a very captivating face. She was totally either a fantastic actress and able to make it look like she was absolutely having the time of her life, or she was absolutely having the time of her life, one of the two. Just all smiles and laughs and stuff, and it's like, it's uplifting to see. So she's now the official Momo Metal. So I get to see her Tuesday night, and it's the choice of whether I drive in and come back or whether I just get the bus in. I think Sabaton, it's Lordy Hard Rock Hallelujah. The one time I remember actually voting by text message on my Nokia phone when they were on the Eurovision Song Contest. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know why me and my pals were sitting drinking watching the Eurovision Song Contest, but we did, and we're just watching, and there's this heavy metal wearing rubber ghost outfits and monster masks band. Pretty funny. So I get to see them, and then Baby Metal, and then Sabaton. You know, I've seen a couple of times actually. I've got a guitar signed with Sabaton. Did I actually go and see Sabaton on their own right? I think I did. I definitely went the second time, because I remember being a bit annoyed the second time I went to see them because they didn't play Panzer Battalion. Panzer Battalion. I actually saw them at once they were supporting Ailstorm, and then I went to see them on their own. I think it was the ABC. It must have been the ABC when I got there. They were supporting Dragon Force, and then they were playing either supporting or with Ailstorm in Glasgow. I've got my Ibanez Destroyer, and the guitarist's first guitar was this shape, but not an Ibanez, obviously. You know. Was that good? Yeah, it's got a scalloped neck. But he's Swedish, but good. I'm quite looking forward to that. I think they played Download last year, the year before. They had a big sort of. I've actually bought one of their records. Now that I think about it, they sing songs about wars. It's just kind of bizarre. Kind of. The singer's got like a Mohican, and he wears this T-shirt with like metal plates on it, which I think his mum made. Basically, it's made out of that aluminium Durbar stuff. No, I'm sitting there thinking, should I make one of them sewed onto a black T-shirt? But aye. So today, I'm talking 10 minutes before we started yet. Today I am going on an antique guitar safari. Today I will be, at the end of this, if all goes to plan, we'll have 2 less guitars. Pal Taylor, we're going to go and see. He's sent me a message. Actually, he's put a thing on Facebook Marketplace, the musicians things that I've been in, and we got a cheap bass. I was like, I've got one. Oh no, I never saw that. And then I got a message from him, suppose you got a cheap bass? I was like, I do actually, yeah, it's a Stag purple thing, which is a good bass, good hardware, everything about it's great. It's just ugly as and if it had been shaped like a P-bass I would have kept it, but so he's like, but anyway you can get it to me. How do we get it? Because he's got a studio in Kilmarnock, and actually when I was away with Scott, I was like, a Taylor guy looks cool. It's still something about having a studio. We need to go and see that sometime. I was like, right, okay, that'll do. We will I'll make a point of, me and Scott will go down to his studio, get a wee look at the studio. I think he's just set it up on his own. He's kind of gone solo, no, started up his own business, I think. He used to work at the Yamaha Music School. He's actually, I did some videos with him before, down at his the Yamaha Music School in Kilmarnock. But now he's on his own, so I'm going to go down there and have the camera turned on. Also, a few weeks ago, I was probably maybe even a month ago, Neon Tech Legion, one of the Steam team, suggested he wanted to get the Avon Marauder off me, a Gibson Marauder copy. I thought, yeah, no problem. I worked out a deal, and he was going to, because he's just got to the age where he gets a free bus pass, he was going to come up. Well, it's free. He was like, rather than having to drive to Troon. Well, I'll come up at some point, and he just hasn't done it yet. And so I thought, right, I'll make a point of it. Well, that bus is going fast. So I'm down in the area, so I'm going to drop off that as well. So I've got the Marauder in the base there. I'll probably take a video for both of these things. Plus we're going to Troon, so there might be some scenery and stuff, and then back for some skill extras. I was talking to my pal Craig, I think he's just worked out how to use WhatsApp on his phone. He sent me some random shit last night. I was like, you're chatting away on WhatsApp. I checked this out, and I sent him a picture of the skill extra set. I was like, oh no way, where'd you get that? I was like, yeah, my pal chipped in for it, 20 quid each or whatever it was. We ended
ended up with like 10 cars and all that stuff, and then that appeared, get a set, pick up a set for 20, 30 quid, you know. You and the rest of your band chip in for it, and I bet you get like a good few evenings of total concentration and getting the hang of it, because electric is quite fun. Not really done that much racing, really only had that one night I was playing up at Scott's. But I think when I had I don't know, I just can't remember. I had to look up what year the set we had was, because I don't think it was my electric set, I think it was my wee brother's, or it was kind of like a for all of us sort of thing. I don't really remember it ever really getting it, if you know what I mean. Part of the problem I think was that when we had it, we had two cars, and one of them, which I think was the Porsche, was a bit shit, totally impossible to keep it under control. So whenever you tried to race somebody else, one of you could just go around the track pure twice the speed of the other one. So there wasn't really a racing element to it the same way. Whereas when I got the set I got with Scott, there's quite a few cars that kind of match. There's a couple of Peugeot 306s, or like wee rally cars, which are both pretty much the same, and then there's the Starsky and Hutch set, which are both kind of in the same league. As long as the cars are quite close to each other, there's fun to be had. So I look forward to a wee bit of Scalextrics going tonight. I can't remember Scott's set. I'll be honest, it's not as much fun on your own. You need a couple of people to talk about it. It's like just sitting practicing going around a track, you know. Now it'd be interesting to see if other pals end up buying a set. So I was looking at it, I was like, you know, I mentioned Scalextrics, blah blah blah, and 10 minutes later I got a text back going, you get speeder bikes. It's like, oh no, welcome to you're going down the rabbit hole, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, totally. Looking up sets, just in case I try to find one. I think the trick is you just buy, you know, someone who's got a big box with a couple of sets in it, half a dozen cars, probably get it for 50 quid or something. I was thinking that, and then I was like, if I can get another group of 3 guys into Scalextricing, we can have a proper tournament type, proper done thing. So the first thing Craig says, like, you got a lap counter? I was like, no, but we're going to get one. There's actually a set, text to go and get it. It's on Facebook Marketplace just now. It's 2 cars. It's uninteresting looking cars, just a figure of 8 circuit but it's got a track counter, a lap counter on it. It's only 20 quid, and it's in Larkhall, which is like 15 minutes away from Scott's. Kind of tempted to maybe talk to Scott. I want to chip in a tenner each, because I was thinking the cars don't really look that interesting, but I can paint them up to be like a Bucky and an Iron Brew one, which would be pretty cool. Plus we'd get a lap counter. A lap counter costs like a tenner or 15 quid, including postage from eBay. So you know, I think it's one of those things. The way of doing it is to buy in bulk. I'm quite looking forward to having a bit of a race tonight. Plus I get to show Scott my Porsche, which is the car that I always thought was shit. Now that they're a bit older, it's like the ability to. He's got a car. Well, we chipped in for him. We've got a yellow. I think it's a Porsche as well, like a Le Mans type car that is really, really, really skittish. You know, it's total power slide central. I think it might actually match quite well with the Porsche. My Porsche, so that might be quite interesting. So I'm trying to use up all my thing, because we're going to be doing some videos at Troon and Kilmarnock, so we've got a wee bit of a studio tour. I'll probably stick that in my head. I'll do the same with Andy, you and Ginger Adrian. I'll just stick the camera in my head and go and ring his doorbell to drop off the thing. I actually did a video with Andy as well, down at I think he was showing me lots of guitars, and one of those ones that it's like, I should maybe organise that a bit better, could have, or maybe go back again, do the same thing. Again, lovely guy, mad into guitars. So many folk are just mad into guitars. They're all exciting. It's always amazing going to see other folks' guitar collections, because everyone collects slightly different things, but all guitars are awesome, so it's cool. I maybe wouldn't be that keen going around to someone's house and it's like, you're 20 guitars and they're all Les Pauls. You're like, very few people are like that. You've seen them on Facebook. Folk have got that, here's my guitar collection, and they've got, 6 Ibanez RGs, nothing else. Like, whereas most people have like 1 or 2 main ones. Most people will have a Gibson and a Fender type thing, and then some bad ones. Even look at the Bucky Ranges collection. Every one of those guitars was weird. The only one which is probably I would class as still been a weird guitar is the Ibanez Jet King, which oddity of a guitar when it's way too normal for him. All this were like crazy 60s looking things with, you know, airlines and Voxes and all that. But again, all guitars are brilliant. Maybe not necessarily ones that I would buy myself. Obviously I'd buy any guitar for 20 quid good, but you know, ones you would never, I would never really have even really looked at much. But the good thing with guitars is that they all play, and it makes you play slightly differently. And for Bucky Reed's guitar just made me want to use my wee Delamo fuzz pedal and bass play sort of 60s psychedelic garage rock or whatever you call it. I don't even know what you would call it. And it's like not necessarily 100% down to the shape of the guitar or the sound it's got or the type of pickups or anything like that. Purely just because you pick it up and you go, oh. I've been slowly trying to learn to play my Ibanez Paul Gilbert, which I'm getting better at. I'm not as scared of it anymore. Still not stripped it, still not cleaned it, still not sorted the electrics, still not fixed the bridge posts. I'm just trying to get rid of a big massive backlog of guitars before I go on to buy ones. And that's not even one that I'm doing up to sell, that's one I'm doing up to keep. In many ways I wish it was just fucked. It's that whole thing, same thing happened when I had my Land Rover for about 14 years, and when I got it, the front door didn't really close properly, but it still worked. So I ended up just learning a technique of closing the front door, and for 14 years I had it, never fixed the door, even though when I got it I was like, oh, I'll fix that door tomorrow. Never did. And I'm kind of feeling a wee bit that way with the Paul Gilbert, because although the bridge is sitting funny and it's not working 100%, it's working 90%. It works, whereas if it just didn't work, I would have fixed it by now. Such is the way things go. You get that, I get that with a lot of guitars where you get it, it's like, well, maybe not the, you know, that bit, I'm going to change the pickups on this guitar. The ones that are in it, the wirings, you know, there's a pot shot, or, you know, it needs wired anyway. I'd be tempted to, in that case, I would put in the correct pickups and sort it out. Have my guitar, whereas if you get it, it's like, oh, I'll put other pickups in it, but the ones that are in it work, it just stays there. Yeah. So, and 20 minutes, I've not even started the video yet. Rock on, catch you later.
And I'm sorry, I don't know how easily I managed to find an actual cut-off bit there to end part one. I don't know how I did, so I might just have abruptly stopped, and I'll start again in episode 2, which I'll see you in 1 minute, probably, maybe, if you've not just decided to sod off already.